All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, Jermell Charlo is back and calling out almost everybody in the 154-pound division and makes it clear that he wants a Terence Crawford fight that was promised to him before he moved up to get Canelo Alvarez. I think there's some really exciting propositions coming now available in the 154-pound division. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, man, I got to tell you, I'm getting excited about boxing again because my favorite fighters are finally acting like they want to fight again. And when the PBC fighters are fighting, boxing in America is doing much, much better than it is when they're not. The PBC is, although they definitely have a lot of different fighters from other countries that work for them, that fight with them, they are most definitely an American boxing platform, the most significant American boxing platform. And despite what the people in the media tell you, the boxing in America is never healthy unless you have a promoter like a Don King or an organization like the Premier Boxing Champions that know how to promote to the first and second largest demographics in the United States, which are Black Americans and Mexican Americans, as far as the fans of boxing. So whenever I start hearing rumblings about these guys starting to get back in the ring, I get excited about it because I am a huge fan of American boxing. Jermell Charlo is one of the best fighters that we have had at 154 pounds this century. He had went up to 168, lost to Canelo Alvarez, but now he's back at 154, and it looks like he's going to try to do some real serious business. He has sent out photos of on his Instagram of him with boots, a lion chewing on a boot, and the boot has a Philadelphia Eagles logo on it. Also did one with Sebastian Fundora with a lion that's got his mouth around the neck of a giraffe. Another one where you have Errol Spence Jr. where there's a lion on the back of a shark, eating a shark. Just, fun stuff, man. He not out here talking about people's mother, not out here doing like a Bill Haney and jumping on a bunch of channels, trying to tear a whole bunch of people down. None of that stuff. Just some good, fun reference points for who it is that he wants to fight and telling you what he wants to do, which is to clearly come back and take the 154-pound division. He also had put out a statement, and the statement that he made was, look, that the layoff that he had was not of his own, was not his own cause. He did not want to take out a layoff that long, but now he's back to get back everything that you guys said that he lost. Man, I'm telling you, this is a terrific, terrific thing for boxing because Jermell Charlo, like if you look at what's going on in boxing right now, unless we can talk about each one of the fights and whether or not Jermell Charlo is going to be able to get past all these guys, and all of these fights are going to be able to take place. I'm going to tell you right now, not all of those fights are going to take place. Jermell Charlo is probably not going to fight Sebastian Fundora, Terence Crawford, Jaron Ennis, and Errol Spence Jr. More than likely, he's not going to fight all those guys. More than likely, he's going to try to get fight with those guys and be able to probably get one or two. Now, the ones that are very, very realistic, I think that the Jermell Charlo will get the WBA title because he has been ordered to fight the guy Abbas Abreu. So if he comes back and he fights Abbas Abreu, the guy that beat Jonas Tellez, then he's going to be the WBA. He's going to wind up being the WBA champion. I do believe that Amanda Stanionis had appealed to be, or I'm sorry, Jaron Ennis had appealed to be the #1 rated guy in the WBA over, I think it's over Bakram Murtazaliev or one of the Eastern Europeans, maybe even be Boyachuk, who got dropped in the ratings and had rated to get up to the #1. But that guy, Sergey Boyachuk, is right there as well. Maybe Jaron and Sergey Boyachuk can fight, and the winner of that can get Jaron Ennis. I think that is, get Jermell Charlo. I think that is a realistic fight. The only thing kind of getting in the way of that one is the fact that that Jaron Ennis is with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they play a lot of funny games in negotiations. I think Eddie Hearn is good for the fighters and represents and takes care of the fighters as long as he really likes the fighter. But he has not been a very, very successful American promoter. And he plays some games. So I don't know if he'd be really willing to even put Jaron Ennis in with Jermell Charlo, because, those guys don't have the money anymore. And one of the things that Matchroom has admitted, at least in a passing conversation, when somebody said, what happened to all the billions of dollars you had? And Eddie Hearn said, hey, man, we ran through that. So now Jaron Ennis doesn't have they don't have the money to offer to the opponents for Jaron Ennis. Now, are they going to put Jaron Ennis on loan for Jermell? I don't know, but I'd probably favor Jaron Ennis in that fight. But Jermell Charlo has a lot more experience. So anyway, I would love to see that fight. Errol, obviously, he and Errol would be a very, very good fight as long as Errol's at 154 and not at 160. Errol, my understanding has been sparring for the last 3 months. So it's not so, and he's in shape. He's in shape to get into camp. Let me put it that way, that he's in shape to get into camp. So looks like everything is going to be a go with him and him returning. Are they going to want to jump in there and just put Jermell Charlo with Errol Spence Jr. right away? Or are they going to build that with a fight? They'll probably build that with a fight and say, okay, Jermell, Errol always wants to fight the title fights. I'm certainly hoping that Errol stays away from Sebastian Fundora. I don't like that matchup at all. If Jaron got to fight anybody, man, in the PBC, man, have Jaron fight that big giraffe, man. I'm a big fan of Jaron Ennis, man, but Errol Spence Jr., I think he's just been through so many wars and been through so much stuff, man, and given boxing so much that guy, Sebastian Fundora, being 6'5.5" with that long reach and just kind of freaky, gigantic size, that will give anybody a problem. Anybody's going to have a problem trying to figure a way to get up underneath that, right? When they're walking around at 150, when they're 5'9", 154 pounds, and this guy's 6'5", right? That's just a dynamic. Honestly, man, I really don't want to see Errol in just because of the wars that he's given me, man. But anyway, it goes, man. Jermell Charlo is definitely going to fight these dudes. And Jermell Charlo is the king of 154 pounds, period, until proven otherwise, because he has not lost in that division other than with Tony Harrison. He avenged his loss to Tony Harrison. Then he became the undisputed. He got a draw with Brian Castellano, and then he winds up winning the rematch by knockout. He's the undisputed champion at 154 pounds. Nobody took his belt. If he comes back, everybody's pretty much duty-bound to fight him. That's why I love all the call-outs and all the stuff that he's doing. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.